Sophie Cunningham owned Jacy Sheldon from the same game that Marina Mabrey did the massive body slam into Caitlin Clark on. She still owns Jacy. She still owns Jacy Sheldon. And what's great is she's got a great sense of humor about it, and she's not shy about it. I mean, what are they going to do?
Sophie Cunningham just turned the WNBA into her personal showcase, and the punchline landed squarely on Jacy Sheldon. The same G who got a little too handsy with Caitlin Clark. This wasn't some quiet message. Sophie went full broadcast mood. She delivered it on the floor. She delivered it to the fans, and then she etched it in ink. So, the real question is simple. How much do you love Sophie? Let us know down in the comments below. Because from where Fever Nation is sitting, this is exactly the energy the league's brightest star deserves at her side.
This is kind of crazy. This one is kind of crazy. When you get Sophie Cunningham to sign a Jacy Sheldon rookie card with property of, that is crazy. That is crazy. Property of Sophie Cunningham.
Here's the reality most teams pretend doesn't exist. When your teammate is Caitlin Clark, a walking sellout, a ratings cheat code game, the same when where Marina Mabrey tried out for special teams and Clark after the whistle. But before Mabrey auditioned for the NFL, there was Jacy Sheldon warming up with shot that had Fever fans ready to introduce her to penalty box. If only the W had won.
Here as if Clark is okay.
Sheldon, that was Clark hitting her in the face. Clark is upset about that. Then everybody's upset about that. Marina Mabrey comes in. She decks Clark, tempers flaring on both sides.
Sheldon, already curating a reputation for accidental contact that don't try it again. And then Sophie did something most players won't. She kept the energy going when the lights weren't bright.
Sophie commits a hard foul on Jacy Sheldon. Again, as Jacy Sheldon is going up for a layup, Sophie bear hugs her and takes her to the ground. What I will say is Sophie did not grab her and throw her to the ground. She didn't body slam her. She didn't do anything, in my personal opinion. Maybe I'm biased here, but I'm gonna give you guys my straight up honest opinion on this. She bear hugged her, took her to the ground. Yes, it was intentional.
They want a statement, a stamp, something that says what the whole building had been thinking.
See, she's the problem. She is the problem.
Sophie takes the card, grabs the pen and writes across the front. Property of Sophie Cunningham. That's not a scribble. That's a declaration. Do you want to press our star? Cool. Here's the bill. It's also a memo to the rest of the league. There's an enforcer in Indiana and her paperwork is in order. Sheldon, consider yourself officially put on notice.
Sophie Cunningham would take her rightful place as the Indiana Fever enforcer, and I believe took the first step to her becoming the second most popular player in the WNBA. Sophie Cunningham is everywhere. Arby's, walking in. She's the best looking woman walking into these WNBA arenas. I mean, Black Belt Barbie, anybody? Black Belt Barbie.
The clip hits social like gasoline. Lexi Hull, sitting next to Sophie at the table, dissolves into laughter while the fans lose it. It's one of those rare perfect moments that blends rivalry, humor, and unfiltered competitiveness. The stuff that actually builds a team's culture and a fan base's identity. It wasn't staged. It wasn't branded. It was pure Sophie. Sharp, funny, and crystal clear about who she's writing for. And the best part, she didn't backpedal. No. Oh gosh, I was only kidding. No notes app apology. Sophie leaned in. That's what you want from your enforcer. Consistency. Because let's be honest, every great team needs one. Gretzky had one. Jordan had several. Kobe had a few who wore the technicals for him. Curry has. And right now, the most watched player is Sophie Cunningham, protector by choice, shooter by trade, and apparently a part-time notary for rival guards.
Has been Caitlin Clark's biggest cheerleader and defender.
And it literally like pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league.
Who would be?
What? When people try to argue that she's not the face of our league, or if our league would be where we're at without her, you're dumb as
Yeah.
You're literally dumb as
The sad truth about this video we just watched is she is the first WNBA player I have seen to openly say this out loud, publicly, and not be ashamed in declaring it.
So when Sophie wrote property of Sophie Cunningham, it didn't feel petty. It felt proportionate. Fever fans raved because it wasn't just about that when bump or when shove. It was about a season's worth of contact finally getting a public return address. It was a teammate emojis.
Caitlin Clark is the reason we have been talking about the WNBA. Hate it or love it, it's true. I don't believe that Caitlin Clark necessarily wants that title that everyone has been giving to her. I think she just wants to be appreciated. And Sophie Cunningham, she just seems like such a real one, such a good friend. I think especially with women, especially elite level athletes, there's a lot of people, women, who will kind of stab you in the back. There's a lot of jealousy, a lot of resentment, especially when you're good. But Sophie just seems like such a girl's girl. I really, really like her. Maybe Caitlin Clark should do the next American Eagle campaign, or Sophie.
The dominoes lined up perfectly. The autograph became a meme. Even neutrals who are exhausted from watching Clark get targeted nodded and hit share. And then the Biden narrative clicked into place. Jacy Sheldon's young dubs, the guard who took her shot at Caitlin and the guard who got claimed by Sophie Cunningham.
This is hilarious. It really is. Indiana Fever star takes humorous jab at Caitlin Clark villain. You got to love an Iowa Hawkeyes wire headline. That's really good. That's Jacy Sheldon. Congratulations. That's all you're known as. The chick that was mean to Caitlin Clark. That's your legacy. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, you've been traded, and I don't think you're much of a basketball player.
You could hear the cheer roll through Fever Nation when that clip hit timelines. It's not just the joke. It's what the joke represents. Team identity, teammate accountability, a brand. That is a role. That is a teammate.